Alright, hi, hello, welcome back to another video. I don't know how to start this video. I don't know how to start any of these videos, so I guess I'm just gonna talk about just things. You notice that the thumbnail for this video is kind of weird and strange. That's because originally I was gonna talk about a completely different topic. Pretty much just about bananas and throwing a milk jug at a fly, but I decided that seemed stupid, so I'm not gonna talk about that. But I already made the thumbnail, so I'm just gonna keep the thumbnail as is. Instead, in this video, I'm just gonna talk about like what I want to do with this channel. Something else you notice if anyone goes back and watches these videos, excuse me, sorry, is that in a lot of the videos I would start them off by saying, "Hi, hello, welcome back to day 1 or day 2 or whatever of." What did I title it? I originally titled these videos playing gotchas until I beat boredom or something. And I changed the title because I felt like they limited, for whatever reason, I felt like it was limiting me in what I can talk about. So I decided to just cut the title and just shorten it to just what the topic of the video is. Instead, these videos specifically, which are in the playlist Beating My Boredom, because I still find that name really funny, are going to be more like just talking about life or life stories or whatever, just talking about things in general, since that's kind of what I want this series, in quotation marks, to be. But what I want to talk about, like I mentioned, is what I want to do with this channel. This channel is more just me talking about whatever I find interesting or intriguing or about my life or topics I just find, whatever have you. And so I want to do more videos of like talking about certain subjects. Like I have an idea for like, I know it's been done to death, but like an iceberg video. So just an iceberg video about talking about lost literature, because I feel like that's something that hasn't been done and I feel like that would be fun. I have one video idea that I technically already recorded, but I want to re-record it because I felt like it was not as nice in the video as I could have been, or I think I found a better side for the topic, a better angle. And a couple other things I want to do in this channel. One big thing I want to do in this channel is I want to, this might be crazy, it might not work. Granted, none of these videos work. That's kind of the fun about YouTube. You kind of do it for yourself, not for others. Is I want to do videos where, kind of similar to, if anyone's ever seen like Mr. Nightmare or any of those story horror video channels, videos like that, but more in the nature of like, I'm not trying to present the stories as real, but more so I write a couple of stories and just read them similar to those channels, but like I'm not trying to sell you that they're real or anything, because they wouldn't be real, they'd be fiction of some case. Because I like writing, I like reading, it's something I want to do more of, and I feel like if I have an incentive, I guess is the best way to put it, that I feel like I'd be more inclined to actually do it, since right now I procrastinate it a lot. So yeah, this video is kind of me just talking about what I want to do with the channel, even though no one watches these videos. But that's the fun part of YouTube. That's the thing I find fun about YouTube, is you don't really make, when you first start off, you kind of just make the videos because you want to make them. You're not making them for an audience because you don't have an audience. You're just kind of like rambling to the void, and that's kind of fun, because if anyone ever finds these videos, it's gonna be like listening to some guy just talking about nonsense and about just sitting here doing absolutely nothing with his time or day. But it's like I guess for me it's kind of like a time capsule, because in like a couple of years times when I rewatch these videos, if I ever do, it's gonna be like, wow, I remember when I recorded this video, I remember what I was doing, kind of, to an extent. But yeah, this video, talking about the, actually going back to the thumbnail quickly second, is I don't really know how to make thumbnails, so I kind of just throw images in like an image software. Is that what they're called? I'm pretty sure that's what. I technically don't use Photoshop. I use a free version of Photoshop because I'm broke. But yeah, I don't know how to make thumbnails, so I kind of just throw things that make sense to the topic of the video, and sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it works out. Sometimes you get a thumbnail with bananas and a fly, and that's good enough for me. Okay, speaking a bit more about the thumbnail, because I want to talk about this anyways. I know I said I wasn't going to, but look, the video is too short otherwise, and I still feel like these videos have to be longer than 10 minutes. Is the whole gist of what the thumbnail was going to get at was, and like I said, I made this thumbnail like technically not that long ago, but the whole event happened like weeks ago. Is I got bananas and I was gonna eat some of them, but since I left them in the bag, I think the moisture caused them to break from the stem area of the banana. So when I got one of the bananas, the other ones kind of just fell off, and now there's just a hole on the top of the banana. So now it feels like, well, I have to eat the rest of them because I don't know if it goes bad otherwise. So I had to, I don't know how many people do this, but like sometimes when I eat bananas, I kind of like cut the banana up and put it into cereal. I feel like that's pretty common, at least I think it's common. So that's what I did. And since I had like, I think it was 4 bananas or something here that had a hole on the top of them because they, broke off from the stem. I was like, well, I don't know if they're going to go bad or anything, so I might as well eat them now. So then I had to like just cut up 4 bananas into a bowl, and the bowl filled up with just bananas. So I had to eat a bowl of bananas until it was like low enough so I could put the cereal and milk, which honestly, something about me sitting there eating a bowl of bananas was felt kind of sad. I don't know why. There's something about it just felt like, why am I doing this? So that's where the banana aspect of the thumbnail comes from. And then the fly in the milk jug was, I think, the same day as I was going to bed. I hear this fly buzzing around, and flies are really hard to kill unless you have something like heavy per se that you can hit them with. So the only thing I had was a milk jug, an empty milk jug. Oh yeah, it was a milk jug. So I just swung this thing at the fly, and it goes down. So that's kind of where the milk jug and fly come from. Speaking again of the thumbnails, you also might notice, if anyone goes, actually no one will notice this because no one watches these videos again, but that's kind of fun of it. But I did change the thumbnails to include the little character, if you will, that I have on the channel, because I felt like it makes all the thumbnails more connected. So I feel that's what I'm going to do with all of them, except for the first video I posted, because I don't really want to change that one because I find it funny. There's something, what was it? Oh, wait, going back to the bananas for a second. It is really hard to keep fruits fresh. I remember I bought I bought like oranges and apples, and I left them in like the bowl, in the fruit bowl, for like a day or two or something. Well, not a day or two, it was probably like a week or two, honestly. And they just grew mold, so I had to throw them out. It's like, I don't eat, this is probably a bad thing on my part, I don't eat fruits regularly enough to like not have them go bad. And I know you can put them in the fridge, but my fridge, maybe it's just the way I look at it, but my fridge feels like it has no space in it. Even though there's nothing in the fridge, it still feels like it's no space. So it's like, I can't waste space on fruits. So I just have to eat any apples or oranges I buy as quick as possible. I feel like I have to keep talking for longer than I should, mainly because, I think I mentioned this in a previous video that no one watched, is that I don't want these videos to be too short, but I also know there doesn't have to be a certain length to them. But it just feels like I don't want them to be short in 8 minutes, or like 10 minutes technically, but like nothing's stopping me from keeping the video at like a really short length. The only thing in my head's stopping me is because like I know videos that are longer do better to an extent, so like I have to talk. It's a really strange process, YouTube. Actually, speaking of something briefly, this is something really annoys me about YouTube, pisses me off actually. When you go to make a video or post a video, YouTube has like this, they really want to push AI into everything, where you can make like AI ideas or AI thumbnails, and it's just so annoying because like I don't want to do that, and it like, yeah, I don't have to click on it or anything, but it feels like it's really trying to get me to like, oh, come up with an idea using AI. Oh, we can make the thumbnail for you. It's like, no, I don't want to do that, YouTube. I'm good. Yeah. I actually want to make a separate video talking about AI, specifically in school, because I, man, the way AI is getting pushed these days is so annoying to me because, like, it's not getting pushed to, like AI in itself, I feel like isn't a bad thing per se, but the way it's being used is bad. Like it's being pushed for like a bunch of creative fields like video making, art, game development, I think, acting and everything. It's like, why are we using AI for things that like bring people joy? Like a lot of people like acting, doing art, making videos, thumbnails, editing videos even, or making games. Why are we using AI to replace those type of things? We should probably be using AI to replace like the really mundane type of things in life. Like why would I get AI to like make videos for me while I go do the dishes when it should be probably the other way around? I know that it's not really AI, that's more like a robot or something, but I feel like if you can advance AI, then you could probably advance a bit of robots. I don't know much about the tech field of stuff. That's not my area of expertise. But yeah, these videos, it's strange. I enjoy making these videos to an extent, but there's something in my brain telling me that like, what if one day my friends find these videos? And like, I'm not embarrassed by them or anything, but it's like, it's strange because some of the topics I talk about on these videos or want to talk about later in some videos are like things that I haven't even told friends or anything. And it's like, I'm turning to a bunch of strangers online if anyone watches these videos. I keep hopping on that, but like, again, it's really interesting to me how when you first start off doing YouTube, and I'm repeating myself now, and I have a bad habit of doing that, but like, I could do what I want. But yeah, but when you first started doing YouTube, you are really just doing them for yourself. Unless you really want to make a career for YouTube, which, you know, being hopeful, I would like to make a career for YouTube or something creative really, because I'm a very creative person. Or at least I feel now I'm a very creative person. I haven't always felt that way, but that's a topic for a different video. So you just do them for yourself, and you kind of just have fun with it, have fun doing all the processes. Like I like recording these videos, I like getting the gameplay for these videos, I like editing the videos even, I like making the thumbnails even, I like every step of the process. Even posting the videos a little bit fun, even not posting, even going into the YouTube studio and doing all the things, bells and whistles to get the video ready for posting is fun to me. But it's so interesting how, like, if I was in a different headspace of just doing this purely for money, it probably would annoy me that none of the videos have taken off or done really well. Granted, I've posted like 4 videos and I have such an irregular posting habit that I feel like these videos would never do well no matter what. And it's a videos of like some guy in his apartment rambling about nonsense. So I don't know why they would do well to begin with, but yeah, this video's been all over the place, but I feel like that makes it more personal. Like, I like making videos on topics or focusing on a specific topic in mind, but I think sometimes it's fun to make a video where it's just me rambling about anything that comes to mind. Just makes it more interesting. It probably makes it more annoying to edit though, because it feels like, why did I bounce from topic to topic? But anyways, I'm gonna leave this video here. You know, I still do not know how to end these videos properly, but you know what, we'll just do the, like and subscribe. If that does anything, that's how no, I'm not gonna ramble about that, but like and subscribe, comment. I like reading comments, actually. That's something I love doing. Okay. Excuse me, a little rambling again. I love reading comments on videos. It's one of my favorite things about some videos, especially when the videos of this nature or like specific topics, is I love reading the comments because it's fun seeing people's perspective on things. So yeah, like, subscribe, comment, do all those things, and I'll see all of you in another video.